Hi, fourth grade. Congratulations. You've made it to the last lesson in this game board. Also, P.S., if you hear my dog squeaking in the background, he's just playing with some toys. Today, you are doing an Aspire to lesson. So it is going to take all the things you've learned about Modern Classroom and apply them in a new way. So we're going to be talking about the difference between a modern classroom and a regular traditional classroom. And then we're going to be thinking about which one works better for you. So first, let's talk about the differences between the two. Let's review what Modern Classroom is and some of the things about it. So remember, in Modern Classroom, you learn from a mix of videos, from your classmates when you're doing practice, and from your teacher at the beginning of the day. You also work at your own pace. That means you get to move on when you're ready to move on. You also have to work alone a lot. Like when you're doing the videos and the guided notes and the mastery check, you have to be alone. And another thing about Modern Classroom is you move on from a lesson when you've learned it. If that takes you 2 days, that's fine. If it takes you half of a class, that's fine. You get to move on when you've learned that thing. Another important thing about Modern Classroom, hear my dog squeaking, is you are responsible for completing your work by a due date. It puts a lot more responsibility on you and not your teacher. So that's Modern Classroom. Let's compare that to a traditional classroom. In a traditional classroom, you mostly learn from your teacher. Sometimes you talk with your classmates. You work at the pace your teacher decides. So if they want to do 2 days of a lesson, they do 2 days of it. You work as a whole class a lot. And on Zoom, sometimes that can be kind of hard when you're all together. Sometimes you get to work in small groups, but mostly you work as a whole class. And usually you move on from the lesson at the end of the day. Even if you knew the thing halfway through the lesson, or if you still don't really know it, you move on. And there's a little less responsibility on you. So things are just due at the end of the day or the end of the week rather than a set deadline and you moving at your own pace with the game board. So those are the differences between a modern classroom and a traditional classroom. Your next job will be to go and sort some information about each of them. Remember, you can always come back to this video, rewind, pause, whatever you need to do to make sure you get those answers correct. Good luck.